It is another BMW HP4 race type of day with, you guys saw in the last video, with a brand new SC Project exhaust that we custom. Shout out to SC Project USA and Motivation. Get your exhaust from them or any other parts for your bikes. This is going to be a fun day. We're going to do a start. We're going to be revving. We're going to be doing some. I don't think I'm going to do launch control because I've done it with this bike and it's pretty rowdy. I kind of still sketched out about these slicks are not kind of like the best slicks. They're a little slippery, but we're going to be doing some high speed, all type of fun stuff. Also, since this bike doesn't have a speedometer, I got this weird app. So I'm going to put this in my pocket and hopefully this will tell me my maximum speed when we're riding this, because we'll probably do a top speed run. So stay tuned. Let's start this bad boy up. Fighter jet. Now it's a proper fighter jet with this SC. This sounds absolutely ridiculous. I love it. Sounds like a proper race bike now. Tight squeeze. I actually did forget one thing. I wanted to do the decibel meter reader for this thing before we go out, but I'll try to remember to see how loud this thing actually is, since we do that with all the bikes. I think it was around 122 stock, like straight piped. Now with this thing, it's definitely a bit quieter, but it has that nice tone. It doesn't sound straight pipe, and we have the carbon fiber bracket from SC and all that. It looks complete and nice. A titanium slip-on for a race bike. It just, you know, fits it just right. Now we also got to keep in mind that I technically have no back pressure right now because I had a big can put on it. Oh, black Cybertruck, that's cool. I had a big muffler which helps with back pressure and it was tuned for that. So it's not tuned for this exhaust yet, so technically we lost back pressure and a little bit of horsepower, but you know, I'll lose a little bit of horsepower for her to sound like this, because this bike got plenty of power anyways. But eventually, oh, the Cybertruck is not black, it's like a greenish, yeah, it's like a color flip green and purple. That's cool. It's also an extremely hot day, so we'll see how this bike runs. It's like 100 degrees. It's gonna be 100 degrees for the next few days, so you know, we're riding up in this heat, cooking up. Theoretically, I should be riding my truck bikes a little bit less, just because, you know, we don't have fans on these, but I can't not ride it when I have an SC Project exhaust on this thing. We got, of course, Mr. MV on a brand new black F3 RR. Looking good. That bike does look really nice. I wish that 4 looked as crazy as that F3, just with, you know, the bigger engine, obviously. Again, we're riding with slicks, so we want to properly warm up the tires before we do anything crazy. Luckily, it's a hot day, hot asphalt, so it should take less time to warm them up. All these road snakes, you feel everything. Concrete like this is also horrible. Yeah, we already have the tire set at Molly Motorsports, which we're gonna install pretty soon. I just haven't had the time to take this there because I actually need to drop it off, because we're getting like a ceramic coat for this thing to keep it fresh and mint, and we're gonna detail her too. Oh, this bike sounds so sick. It does sound obviously similar to that 1000 now that I'm thinking about it, but not quite the same. Woo! The rear brake is pretty non-existent over here. I think it needs to be bled and all that. We're stopping here because we want to get some third-person shots for you guys, you know, revving this bike, X, Y, and Z, stuff like that. And then we'll continue the ride. Here, let's listen to that launch control. Oh my god, this is crazy. Temperature is high, that's why we could only do so much of this stuff. It's telling me temperature is high. This thing sounds crazy, man. Holy. It feels so nice now. It feels like a real crazy bike. I can tell that I'm going fast because of the wind noise. That carbon on the F3R looks so sick too. Oh my god! Oh, this was insane. That was so insane. The bike feels so good right now. The tires feel already warm. I don't even know where Jose disappeared. Oh my god! I want to take this bike to the track so bad. I wish I lived nearby like a nice strap, man. This bike would rip. Even though I really don't want to take this to the track, just because it's all the people talking online about you better take this on the track. How about you go buy a super rare $80,000 bike and risk it on the track? There's literally no point in that. I get that it's made for that, but that's back when this was made in 2018, 2017. This is a 2018, the latest model. So why would I want to take an older bike, even though it's designed for the racetrack, instead of taking a brand new Fireblade, like my Fireblade, or an M1000RR, which costs pretty much half the price of this, way more technology, and way more parts and all type of stuff more available for it. And my M1000 is probably faster than this, to be honest. This is obviously lighter and crazier. We'll definitely put them onto the test. Where is Jose? He's gone. We'll definitely put both to the test, but I'm pretty positive that M1000 will take this just because it's simply a newer bike. You know what I mean? Like, technology moves on and bikes become faster. That's kind of like how it is. The thing that this bike has is just like super high-end crazy parts, and of course the full carbon fiber race fairings all around, which gives it that edge, because this bike is what, about 50 pounds lighter than the stock M1000RR, which is already pretty light. Now mine is obviously full carbon and modified, so let's just say mine is around 405, 410 pounds for the my M1000RR, and this is at 375 bone stock. That's wet weight, by the way, guys. That's curb weight. Like, this is ridiculous. This is as light as a 300 or a 400. There he is, on a full-on liter bike, to be that light. And now that it's even more modified, definitely shaved up, I would say, at least 10 pounds, because we shaved 5 pounds just from putting a lithium battery in this thing. So let's just say it's at 370, which is still like 40 pounds lighter than my M1000RR. Granted, my M1000 probably makes more power. We will end up putting this thing on the dyno, seeing the actual numbers and how it makes and all the good stuff eventually, and we potentially might even tune it with BT Moto. So definitely stay tuned, because I definitely have a lot of plans to do with this beautiful HP4 race. And again, this is never seen on YouTube or anywhere, because I mean, if you know, you know. So I'm trying to do as much as possible with this bike and put content out there. Hot day, hot bike, and she still moves. Obviously that's not healthy for the engine, so we will avoid riding her as much when it's, you know, this hot. But when I have a brand new SC Project exhaust, shout out again to Motivation and SC Project USA. When we have an exhaust like this, we have to put it to the test. It's not an option to wait till it cools down. was a proper top speed. We literally hit that limiter and the bike pulled back. Oh my, dude, the rush right now with the way this bike sounds and feels is unmatched. What a machine BMW has built. This is the greatest BMW ever made, period. Man, this thing just sounds ridiculous. Now it feels like a full-on crazy bike. Back then, don't get me wrong, the Acura sounded good, but when you're on the throttle, now it sounds always good, but when you're on the throttle, it sounds like a full-on fighter jet, which is exactly how a bike like this is supposed to sound. I love the way this bike feels. Even when this bike comes up on you, it just feels so nice and refined. It's so like nice control, the smooth power curve. Where you going? Where you going? Sorry for bullying the F3, Jose. I need to take this thing back home before I get arrested or something, man. This bike is trouble. What a machine, man. I'm getting hot in this helmet with all this adrenaline. I feel like I can run a mile right now. Look at that F3, all the carbon. These slicks, when they heat up, they do feel amazing. It's just that initial part, you know, is not the best, but obviously because they cool down also pretty quick and they get hard, and when it's not on the go always, that's the sketchy part. Today is a very hot day, obviously. The bike is already running over 200, so we need to get her back on the road because it's about to scream at me any second now. I think the fuel light came on. I did notice it's been a while since I filled this thing up. I think this thing has better gas mileage just because it's so light. They still have that BMW kind of like backfire pops when you let go on diesel. Now imagine this thing screaming on the dyno, and imagine even more so tuned. Holy. Bro, go. Right. Big accident. Yeah, the bike needs fuel. Well, that's nice at least that it lets me know. Yeah, but for this thing, I can't even take it to the gas station right now. I'll probably have to fill up a canister and bring it home and fuel it because literally stopping to get gas, the bike will overheat. This bike definitely runs a lot hotter than my H2R. Oh my, man. It definitely sounds different from my M1000. Similar characteristics with the way it sounds, but it definitely sounds more angry. Holy. This thing pulls so hard. I want to do some pulls against this and the M1000 and see what they can do. It's going to be an exciting video. I know I'm saying bone stock, but you know, technically it's a bone stock HP4 race against, you know, a stage 3 M1000RR. That's going to be exciting. Stay tuned for that, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy video. It's not over yet. We're going to go home. We're going to measure the sound, the decibel, and see how loud this thing is. Okay, I don't like the concrete. There's like no grip over here. I feel it slipping and sliding. What a machine. This is not a motorcycle, man. This is a masterpiece. I don't even know where Mr. RB is. He just disappeared. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. This was just too much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Insane sound. Oh, crisp shifts, crisp downshifts. Revs up insanely fast. Oh, and we need to check the top speed. So stay tuned. Hopefully that app thing is accurate. Next time I'm gonna get a Draghi because I already have one, and I'll set that up. I'll figure out how to use it, and then we'll use the Draghi so it's more accurate and more perfect. Did the brakes. I don't even struggle. So easy to stop with how light it is and the nice Brembos this thing has. Unreal. Unreal. My way downtown through the bikes, trying to not hit anything, please, so I don't cry. Okay, there she is. Hold it with one hand. Steady, steady. Why am I struggling this time? Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. There we go. Oh, that was a little harder than usual. Whoa, roadkill. We'll clean that later, but first things first. Maximum speed 185. GPS verified. I can't tell you which part that was. It glitched out and disappeared, so hopefully that was the actual top speed. Not the best app, as I said, but hey, 185. GPS verified. I think it can do better though. It does feel like short gearing, but I think it can do better. What did I need? This. There you guys have it. 118. I think I was averaging around 118, but that's not a cold start. All the other bikes were a cold start. Maybe some other time we'll do a cold start. I'm assuming it would be, I mean, it sounds about right. It doesn't sound as obnoxious as my Fireblade here, which this was around 121. But again, that was a cold start, so, you know, a little different. This is definitely up there, especially when you do that launch control stuff. So there you guys have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was complete madness. Again, third time, shout out to Motivation, get your exhaust from there. SC Project USA.